30 videos in 30 days, day 21. Today's question comes from many of you and is sort of an amalgamation of questions that I received, basically falling into what I call the comparison trap. The messages were all different, but the gist of them was the same, that my experience is different than this experience over here, and what am I doing wrong, or what am I not doing, or what am I not understanding, or what are they doing that I'm not doing, so on and so forth. Sometimes it was people saying, you know, when I meditate, I only see colors and I don't see spirits, or I don't see images, or I don't hear stuff, or I have intuitive or, you know, psychic gifts and I don't see angels, or I don't see orbs, or I don't hear it this, or I don't feel that. And what I really want to make clear, and sharing my own experience, is that your gifts and the way that spirit, source, the universal energy, the flow, whatever you want to call it, the way that that energy moves through you is unique to you. You came here to do work that only you can do. And I talk about this a lot, how if you look at spiritual teachings and spiritual teachers and people like myself who step forward and share information, for the most part, we've just been talking about the same ideas and the same concepts for what, this past several thousand years. So certainly there is some new information coming in, and certainly we're beginning to see things in a different way or see new layers of stuff that is relatively new, but for the most part, it's the same insight and information, but the key is you. Only I can do what I do, and I am not going to be for everybody. Some people may listen to the stuff that I share and be like, oh my God, that guy is so annoying, that guy is so obnoxious, I can't listen to him. And other people love what I say, and other people will probably never hear of me and will never have any idea who I am. And that is okay. All of it is okay. Because the people that I reach are the people that I reach, and the people that I don't reach are the people that I was not meant to reach. Only you can have the experience that you have in the way that you have it. And Source chose you specifically to have the experiences that you are having. You chose from your perfected place, from your creator self, to have the experiences you are having because they are serving you in the way that is best for you. And while I understand the desire to say, well, so-and-so is having this cool experience and I'm not having that cool experience, why not? You know, I remember very early on when I was learning how to use my gifts and was still figuring out how to tap into all of this stuff, I had a friend and a colleague who was a psychic medium. He's super, super gifted, and he was like next level. He worked with angelic energies a lot. He worked with Jesus and Mary a lot, and he worked as a medium, spirit medium, talking to loved ones who crossed over. I found myself so often being so envious of the things that he would tell me and so like jealous of him saying, you know, I woke up in the middle of the night and Jesus was standing at the end of my bed, or I woke up in the middle of the night and I saw an angel and we had a conversation, and I used to say, where's my angel? Why am I not talking to Jesus? Or I had other colleagues and friends who would say, oh my God, I just saw this big blue orb that floated into my kitchen and I was having this telepathic conversation with it. So there's a lot of insane, crazy, cool stuff that's going on out there, and I spent a lot of time wondering why it wasn't happening for me. What I know for sure is that the comparison trap is 100% the ego, and whatever way the ego can find to define itself against another's experience, either I'm better than, or I'm worse than, or I'm different from, or I'm this, or I'm that, that is all ego. Trust me when I tell you that the easiest way to learn to tap into your gifts and to really receive the fullness of who and what you really are is to trust your own experience and to stop comparing it to other people's. You may never have a meditation where you hear something from your guides, or you see a spirit, or you see an energy. If all you see in your meditations is color, become curious about what that means. Become curious about what color means for you. Become curious of the textures and the tastes and the sounds and the sensations that you receive via color. If you're someone who sees orbs and sees spirits of loved ones and sees angels, have conversations with them, investigate that, become curious about that. I have never to this day seen a disembodied spirit. I have talked to loved ones occasionally in readings, they will come through, but I never see it as if someone is sort of right in front of me. My gifts just don't work that way. And I understand the frustration, especially when people seem to be having these super cool, like paranormal experiences that so many of us want. But I think that what that does is that cuts us off from our own abilities. When we compare other people's experience to our own and we say either I am not as gifted, or I am not as tuned in, or I didn't have what they have, so that means I must be doing something wrong, or I see this and you don't, so therefore I'm better or more enlightened or more ascended or more awakened or whatever than you are, none of that is true. All of that is the ego trap. So the trick is to trust what shows up for you and become curious about it. If you're not sure what a message is, ask back. Remember, it's a two-way conversation between you, your guides, your angels, the universe, God, whatever it is that you want to call it. Allow that conversation to continue. And also remember that much of this is like learning a new language. And when you first learn a language, it's very rudimentary. It's ball, girl, boy, book, cat, dog. It's usually one word, it's usually very simple, and it is not a fluent or a very vibrant or deep and rich conversation. But we all begin where we begin, and the easiest way to move into alignment with our gifts, to allow them to reveal themselves to us and to watch as they expand and grow and our experience of them becomes richer and more vibrant, the easiest way to have that experience is to trust what you receive. Trust where you are and let your gifts be their gifts. And as you bring to yourself the information and the experiences that you require for your awakening journey, those become the building blocks. And over time, you realize that, oh my gosh, I've got a really rich and deep language and understanding of who and what I am and how I can use my gifts to serve. But the quickest way to cut yourself off, the quickest way to stop growth and expansion is to compare yourselves to others. So even though your experience may not be as bright and shiny, as dramatic as someone else's, doesn't mean that it is not equally as valuable. Thank you to everyone who asked this question in one way or another. I hope that this helps.